Hi there, OMG Vapes, back again for yet another mod review for you guys. Yes, so guys, up for review today is the Hcigar Wildwolf 235. Now this is Hcigar's answer at trying to cash in on some of the G-Class fame. Now if you want to bag one of these, it's going to set you back around £44 here in the UK, and that's exactly what I paid for it from vaping101.co.uk. Now as for specs, it's a dual 18650 box mod. It does 5 to 235 watts. It has a very nice 510 plate that can accommodate up to 30mm atomizers. It has a very nice 1.3 inch LCD display that's very clear and very vibrant. And it also comes in 4 colours, including red, which is the one I have, blue, black and silver. Now let's crack on and see what you get in the box. So this is what the Wildwolf packaging looks like. Of course, in the packaging you also get the mod. You also get this 25mm beauty ring, which houses 22mm atomizers. You get a USB charging cable. I'm not sure on the updating part of it, so I can't confirm that at the minute. And you also get some documentation. And one big con straight off the bat is, in the package it states one protective case, which is the black silicone case what it's supposed to come with, and mine was AWOL from the package. Although trivial and inexpensive, in principle, if the state that you're supposed to get something in the box, I believe you should get what you pay for. So that's down to Hcigar's quality control, and I think a company as big as Hcigar should have their quality control down pretty tight, so it's got to be a con. So here we have the mod. Now it's 85mm from top to bottom, 45mm in width and 30mm front to back. Now as you can tell from the front to back measurement, this does house 30mm atties. As you can see, that's with the TFMT from Vapor Cloud sitting on top, and I think that looks pretty snazzy. It sits absolutely perfect and flush. So that is definitely a pro for me, having the ability to house a 30mm atty, and it's one of the reasons why I bought the mod. Now it does have a gold plated spring loaded 510 pin. Coming down, you got a nice clicky fire button. A bit lower than that, you got your menu display, which is another big pro because it's a very high resolution, crisp, clear display, and very bright and vivid. So coming down below that, you got the down button, you got your menu button and your up button. These are not as clicky as the fire button, but still pretty clicky. And below that, you got your USB charging port. As I said, I'm not sure if it's updatable yet, but if I find out in the future it is, I will come with an update, so it is what it is. Coming down to the bottom, you got some CE marks, and you got designed by Hcigar. You got a very nice battery door, which is pretty stiff to open. Take my batteries out for a second. Now, although it is slightly loose, which these have to be like that anyway, this has a very unique feature on the battery door, and it has 2 little wings either side, and when you clip it down it locks into them wings, so it ain't gonna budge. So on the bottom it's clearly marked plus and minus A and B. You got your silver plated contacts and your contact in the middle for your balance charging. As you can see, it's clearly marked in the bottom, plus and minus. Very clear, very big. On the back, you got Hcigar etched into the finish. It is raised, so I'm not sure whether it's etched or printed. If it's printed, then it's going to be questionable whether it's going to stay there. And also, this very soft satin finish, what the whole mod is enclosed with, is also questionable, and it's going to be marked as a con, because although it's very pretty to start with, I can't see this finish holding up to the test of time. So within a couple of months you're going to have a pretty much beaten up mod, and all this finish is going to be pretty much weared away, in my opinion. So let's get some batteries in this, plus and minus. Shut it up and it automatically comes on. So let's run through the menu on this mod. Now straight off the bat, another con is it doesn't have an on and off feature on this mod. It only has an auto off feature, which goes off after about an hour. So every time you pick it up, you have to switch the mod on, which is a big con in my book, because I don't like it. I prefer to be in control of the power on and off cycle, so I can switch it on and off when I feel like it, and not have to keep switching it on every time I want to take a vape. So to lock it, it's 5 clicks. To unlock it, another 5 clicks. Now, press the menu button, and then you can scroll through from watts to temp, and then to volts, and then back to wattage. Press the menu button, and then you can scroll down to the wattage, press the menu button again, and scroll up. One little quirk and a little con on this is that you can change the wattage this way, and then press menu, or you can just change it on the fly, as in vaping, which is a bit silly. They should have had some presets on this one, and then change the wattage when you press the menu. Now on the screen you've got your mode, what you're setting. Coming down you've got your wattage, what you're currently at. You've got your ohms, your volts, and your amps, what you're drawing. Each side you've got a battery monitor, A and B clearly marked, and on the bottom in the middle you've got the ramp up mode, what you're setting. Now if you press menu and come down and press menu again, you can go from soft to normal, normal to powerful, from powerful to curve, and then back to wattage, and then press fire to lock it in. If you press the menu button and scroll up to watts, press it again, and then you can change the temp mode, and then it changes. You've got your temp that you set in, and to adjust that it's the same way as you do with your wattage. And you've also got the wattage that you can change as well. You can change the Fahrenheit to Celsius and vice versa. And you can also change the wattage as well. You come down to the bottom, you can click on that with the menu button, and then change the different materials. So you have nickel, titanium, stainless steel, and you also have curve modes for each of the different materials, which I think is a really good feature and a big pro. And then back to nickel. Fire to lock it in. So come back up to wattage, change back to wattage. Now to use the curve feature, come down to the bottom, menu, click on it, change the curve, and then when you press the menu button, you can scroll onto each individual lines and change it accordingly. Like so. And so on and so forth all the way along, and once you've set it, click fire and it locks it in. And the only other feature left is hold plus and minus, and it locks the wattage, so you can't adjust that. And you hold it again to unlock it. And that's pretty much it, guys, for the actual menu. There isn't much else to show you. So let's get back up top and we'll do some vape tests on it. So let's move on and do some tests. Start with a TC test. I've got the Dead Rabbit sitting on top with a single NI 200 coiling, ohming at 0.05. I've got it set for 430 degrees Fahrenheit and 30 watts. So let's vape this bitch dry. So guys, that's pretty much dried out now, and as you can see, bit of banding in the middle, that's normal for a TC coil. So as you can see, the temperature controller is working, however it's running a little bit cool, so I've been finding I've had to bump it up to around 450 to get that 430 degree vape, so just bear that in mind. Here's a little niggly problem, it's not set accurate, but it does work and it does cut off when it needs to. So next let's do a 200 watt test. I've got the trusty Sumo RDA on top, which I use for all my 200 watt tests. Now this being a 235 watt mod, I'm going to have to test it at 235 watts obviously. So let's give it a go. Let's set it for 235 watts. Here we go. 235 watts. I've got a 0.25 ohm building here, triple fuse Claptons, and it's giving me 7.75 volts. So that's 235 watts. Give this a few vapes. Well guys, a bit foggy in here. Well guys, I can say it's definitely not hitting 235 watts, and the reason I know that is because when I've got an accurate mod doing 200 watts, I can barely take a hit on it. I can just about manage it, and this is pretty much comfortable to vape on. So I reckon this is running about 150 to 160 watts as it is. So it's definitely not hitting that 235 as stated. I don't know what's going on with China at the minute, but the wattage race is over. Nobody cares whether you got a mod that does 200 watts, 300 watts, 400 watts. Nobody cares anymore. So why they keep pumping these mods out and saying they do this amount of wattage when they don't, I don't know. I reckon them testing these mods at their max wattage and then stating that that's the max wattage they can handle, but when them testing these mods, they can barely get that 235 watts for a couple of microseconds, a couple of milliseconds. So it's not classed as 235 watts if you can't consistently get that wattage. Now if you got the right build on here and fully charged batteries, you could probably hit that 235 watts for a couple of seconds, but that's it. You ain't going to keep getting the 235 watts. So what I reckon they should do is test them to get the test them at the wattage range what they can consistently get throughout a day of vaping, and then say that is what the max wattage is, which I believe would be about 175 watts, around there. But it is what it is. China, sort your lives out, because nobody cares about the wattage anymore. So the big question of the day is, can I recommend this mod? Well guys, I'm really struggling here. For the person that wants this mod solely to run a 30mm atomizer, then yes, I recommend it, because it does work well at around 70 to 80 watts with the 30mm atomizer on, which is what I'm using it for. I got the TFMT on top from Vapors Cloud, and it's pretty much been rocking like this for the past 3 to 4 weeks, so I've been enjoying it. Or if you're one of them people like me what really wants a G-Class but can't afford one, this will curb your depression a little bit until you can save the money to get your G-Class, because it has got that feel on that look, and it does have a similar top plate. So I could say recommend for that. But if you're just looking for a mod, a 200 watt mod or whatever, just to run your day-to-day vaping life, then there's nothing on this mod what stands out from the crowd. There is a really highly saturated market at the minute, and there's a lot of box mods out there what do exactly the same as this and are roughly the same price. So there is a lot to choose from, and this just it don't have nothing to make it stand out, so it is what it is. So that's it for this review guys. I hope you enjoyed it. As always, thanks for watching. I'll catch you on the next one, and remember, smoking kills, choose life. See you guys.